All right, welcome to the Airmere Roundtable. Today is the 11th of July, 2024. Ron Carbone from AbleSys is my guest. He's going to be talking about AbleTrend. We've had a few conversations over the last week or two, and it's been a pleasure to get to know Ron. So thank you, Ron, for joining us and showing us what AbleTrend's all about.
Thank you, Tom, and I'll be glad to do so. We have a software program. It's been around a little over 25 years now. It's been consistently profitable, which is why it's so well liked and still around. Personally, been using it for 20 years, and it works equally well whether you do longer term swing, position swing, day trading. Doesn't matter one bit what market you trade or what time frames. What we do with AbleTrend is we combine multiple time frames in one chart, and we only take trades when they all agree. So that really helps to filter out a lot of the false signals. And one of the best parts of AbleTrend is knowing when not to trade. And I'll show you that on the charts. Really, really helpful. And I'm going to jump right in here and show you. Our website is wintick.com, WINTICK, wintick.com. We have a 30-day trial. If you use the code AERO, AERO, normally it's 128, but you'll get it for 79. I'll personally do a one-on-one trading session with you just to make sure you get your money's worth out of it. It's really, really been just extremely helpful and profitable and consistent. And that's the key word, because just so many things are just, they work for a while, then they don't, or you get chopped up. The best part of AbleTrend is knowing when not to trade. And when we have multiple colors on the chart, which I'll go over, that tells you when, to stay away. In other words, it's high risk. AbleTrend's a very low risk system. And I'm just going to jump right in here. We've got a daily, weekly chart up right here. This is the S&P 500. SPX, and this is daily, weekly. Now the dots are the daily, and the price bar is 1 bar per day. If it's blue, everything is going good. You're in an uptrend, and the software likes it, and it's doing hundreds of calculations, many indicators, different time frames, everything all combined into one. We make it really easy for people to read. Blue means buy or uptrend, red means sell or downtrend, and green is just like neutral, hold. So the arrows come in once a week, as you can see here. That's a weekly signal. So back in the beginning of May, we had a weekly buy signal. There's the first blue arrow. At the same time, or a day later, we had the blue price bar. The dots are not support. They're not stops. They're support points. They tend to block or stop the prices from going lower. So when the prices come down to the blue dots, those are excellent places to buy, because you're getting in right at support. You got nice protection under the price. Again, AbleTrend is a very low risk system, which is why it's lasted all these years. Otherwise, nobody would want it. I wouldn't either. It would be pretty ridiculous to keep using it. So the first combination of a blue arrow and a blue bar is a great place to get in. That's triple agreement. You got a blue bar, got a blue small dot underneath, got a blue arrow. That's the most important thing on the chart. The big dot's just telling you it's the first blue bar. The big red dot is telling you it's the first red bar, which means a downtrend is starting on the lower time frame. In this case, again, this is a daily, weekly combination. Daily, weekly. The price bars are daily. The arrows are weekly. So we're going to get in over here. And at that time, the price is a little under 5,200, 51.90 to be exact. I mean, home run since then, because we're still in it at 55.80. That's 400 points profit, and the software never said to get out. We'd exit the trade on a red bar. Now that's if you're more of a position, a longer term trader. I like to do long term. Quite frankly, most people who use the software day trade with it. It doesn't matter. You can do stocks, futures, Forex, currencies. It's just meaningless, but it's going to give you very accurate, low risk direction. So if you're an option trader, you'll have a big edge, knowing that where the odds are greatly in favor of a low risk direction, whether it be up or down. And obviously, back in the beginning of May here, It said triple agreement to buy it, and right after that, boom! I mean, it just shot up 150 points very quickly in a week. So if you're more of a short-term swing trader, you just like to stay in for a couple of days. I mean, trying to pick a top or a bottom is impossible. So if you're just the type that likes to go in and out for a couple of days, well, you got your couple of days right there, and you picked up 100 points in 3 days. I would personally stay in it if the bars are still blue. If you want to get out on the first green, if you're a swing trader, that's fine, because that means neutral. Doesn't mean it's going to go down, just means neutral. But if you're only the type that only stays in a week, well, from here to here, you got almost 100 points. So it's a pretty sweet trade right there. Now, can't always wait around for that first triple agreement trade. So what I suggest, and it works really well, is to get in on the pullbacks back to support. Every time the price hit the blue dot, think about it. Went up right after that. 2 days later, you're up 40 points. Hits a blue dot 3 times here. Now, if it's a blue bar, that's like a super trade. Extremely low risk. I mean, you never want to miss those. But even green is fine too, to get in on green. I would not get in on this green because it closes, I'll zoom in closer, under the blue dot. Just want to make sure that it hits a blue dot and closes above it. That's it. That's simple. Let the software do all its calculations, combine the multiple time frames, the indicators, let it do all of that stuff. All we need to do is, just follow the chart. You have to be disciplined, and most importantly, keep your emotions out of it. As we all know, that's when we all get in trouble. We all know that feeling. But the software has been consistent for over 2 decades. I promise you, there's going to be an occasional losing trade. There's no perfect system, nor is this. But if you just stick with it, you're going to absolutely find it to be extremely helpful and have a very big edge, especially over lagging indicators like your moving averages and stochastics and all that other stuff that's out there that's free. Well, it's free for a reason. It's not a lot of value. But if you get in on these dots right here, you're a winner. Not this one. This one here hits a blue dot, goes above it, a winner. Notice AbleTrend put these dots, these support dots, which tell you there's hidden support below the price, days before it even happened. That's a really big advantage over everybody else. Keep in mind, we're trading against others, so you got to have an advantage, to be worthwhile, to put up, thousands of dollars that we all do when we make a trade. Hits a blue dot, here, winner again. Hits a blue dot, another winner, went up. Hits a blue dot, went up again. Now, if you stayed in it a couple of weeks, you hit a mega home run. And if you're more of a position trader, like I personally am, but some people just like to swing and get in and out in just like a few days or maybe a week. Great. The bars are blue. Absolutely no need to get out. You're safe. Every one of these was a winner. 4 times here, winner. Once back here on the initial triple agreement trade, winner. Now, I can't say it's always going to be, 5 for 5 like it has been here in the last 2 months, but the percentage of winning to losing, it's almost like too unbelievable, some people tell me, to believe. And I say, I get that. I'm not here to fool anybody, to exaggerate. I don't want that done to me. So I keep it really conservative and just simply tell it like it is, good and bad. Yes, there's going to be an occasional losing trade also. I promise you there'll be that. There's no perfect system. But here, triple agreement. This is SPX, very popular, especially for option traders. Triple agreement. There's that first you want the blue arrow, the next blue bar. Simple as that. You get in here. I mean, you could literally stay in this trade. And this is back in November now. You could have stayed in this trade here so you got a red bar. I mean, my God, you'd be in that one for 5 months. I personally was, and just do what it says. Again, if you don't, if you missed the beginning, you didn't have the software then, or you said, when do I get in? And this works exactly the same for any stock or index that you pick. You can pick the Qs or NDX or Amazon stock or Apple, whatever you want. Same colors, same dots, same accuracy, same simple rules. When it hits a blue dot and closes above it, stay in the trade, especially until you get red bars. Now here, hits a blue dot, goes under it for a couple of days, but just a little bit of patience. We're right back above, and then pretty much off to the races from there, because you hit a home run right there. Here, hits a blue dot twice here, 2 more winners. Hits a blue dot here, goes up. hits not here, closes under it. We want to make sure it closes above support. So you have that protection of support below the price. Does it again here, another winner. That one closes slightly under. I wouldn't take that. This is a winner, a winner, a winner. I mean, you're looking at like out of maybe 20 trades here, it's like 16, 15, 16 winners. That's unbelievable. The amount of money you can accumulate just simply doing what it says. Again, here, hits a blue dot twice here. 2 days later, you're up. I mean, big money, 100 points. You got a call option on that one. I mean, you do the math. That's real money. Same thing here. Now, again, if you just like to stay in it for a couple of days, everybody has different styles, fine. Just pick up your 50, 100 points on the S&P, equating that, to a option trade. That's obviously, quite a bit more. But if you like to do more position and stay in it longer, great, you can stay in this one. Now, the only losing trades out of about 20 were right in here because this one closes above. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So that's 15 out of 21 winners. And then, just a couple days later, it did go down and we get the red bar. But now we can go short because now you got the red arrow and the red, right, first the red arrow, the next red bar. So now you can, buy puts or however you like to trade it. At least now you're going to have a big advantage knowing the direction. Triple confirmation is to the downside. And then just, a couple days later, it's literally down 100 points. I would stay in it until you get the first green, and then you're out and, obviously make a lot of money on that trade. Again, here, hits a red dot twice and closes under the red dot. The red dot is resistance. So you want to just make sure you hit that resistance point. By the way, we put those red dots in there 5 days before that even happened. I mean, that's really valuable to know where there's hidden resistance, where there's going to be sort of like a roadblock above the price. So if the price hits that, which it did twice here, both times went down and went down 100 points 2 days later. So you get the first green. I mean, if you just like to stay in a day or two, well, you just hit a home run. I'd stay until the first green, and you still did very well on the trade. This is not a trade because it closes above. Hits a red dot, but closes above it, no trade. And then we're back to that trade that I just showed you earlier. The beginning of May, the triple agreement here, and then every pullback here since the beginning of May, 1, 2, 3, 4, looks like you got about 5 times. Everyone was a winner. So I've just showed you about 25 trades now on SPX in the past 8 months since the beginning of November, and 20 winners. I mean, that's pretty good. And it's the same way you can use it for Amazon, you can Apple, NDX, any market in the world. Literally, we have 25,000 clients who purchased it during their trial. So it's obviously very well liked. And everybody around the world just trades whatever market they like. Some markets I've never even heard of. You can go short term, long term, whatever you like. You don't have to fit into AbleTrend style. You just have to be disciplined enough to do what it says. But it completely takes emotions out of it. And that's the key to trading. You just have to do what it says. Now, this is E-mini S&P. Really, really popular for day traders in the US to day trade. I got the mini NASDAQ on the left. I like that one because it has a lot of volatility. Mini S&P on the right. Doesn't matter. You pick whatever you like. This is a combination 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute chart. Because, you're in and out very quickly. We're just looking to pick up small moves generally. Today was absolutely fantastic because the software picked up all the moves to the downside. When we have triple agreement, for example, on the ES chart on the right, I'll just show this one. It's an easy one for me to show. You've got the 1 minute blue bar. You got the left of the market opens. You got the red bar. The dot is the 1 minute signal. If it's red, it's a sell signal. The 2 minute is also on a sell signal. The cross is the 2 minute. It's red. Just got to look for colors. With AbleTrend, it's all red and blue. That's it. It's just red or blue, nothing else. Keep it simple. Everything must be red. When I say everything, the icons. The dot's the 1 minute. The X is the 2 minute. The arrow's the 3 minute. Well, right there's a triple confirmation sell signal. This oscillator on the bottom is just for sweet spots. I'll get to that in a minute. We always like to trade 2 contracts, and we take one off after 2 points for ES. We hit that in 1 minute. And then we slide the stop, which is 1 point above the top of this triple agreement red bar. We just slide it to break even. So in case it shoots up, we cannot lose because we already made 2 points. It's in the bank. It's $100 if you're trading. Just keep it simple. Minimum of 2 contracts on ES. And then we slide the second contract to break even, so you cannot lose, because even if it shoots up, we break even. But then we stay in it until we get double green. We never, ever, ever get out until we see 2 green in a row, 2 neutral bars. Just means the trend's getting a little bit weaker. So we'd put a stop like right here above the higher of the 2 green, and then eventually we'd be stop out here about 20 minutes later. Oh, we pick up 2 points on the initial first contract. On the second contract, we pick up 20 points. I mean, that's 1,000 on the second and 100 on the first. $1,100 in a half an hour for everybody using AbleTrend today on ES. On NQ, it's about triple, because NQ you always make about 3 times that you're going to make on ES. It's that much more volatile. Okay, just shooting back to the NQ just to show that real quick. Right, I'm Eastern time, so 9:30 open right in here. You've got triple agreement. Anywhere in here, any one of these red bars, because it went sideways, you got triple agreement. Got the red arrow, the red X, the red dot. It's 3 minute, 2 minute, 1 minute. We always go 2 contracts. You hit your 10 points in 1 minute. That's $200. Guaranteed, it's in the bank. Now you slide the second contract to break even. Right there at the close of the bar, any one of these 3, this price never moved, is your close. Well, once it shoots up real quickly right here, we don't care. Most others got chopped up. We didn't, because we already made 10 points on NQ is our first target. Always 2 or more contracts. And many micros are fine also. You can do multiple micros. It's fine. So we stopped out on a second. We made 200. They said, when do we get back in? After the stop out, we hit, similar to what I showed you before on the daily weekly chart, it hits a red dot right there. The next red bar with a 1 minute and a 2 minute and a 3 minute sell signal. They're all red, dot, X, and arrow. And I just want the oscillator, which we only use for day trading, and it's only for the re-entries after you get stopped out. The oscillator agrees right there. So it's red, 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 red. 5 indicators, 5 algorithms, 5 time frames, 3 time frames, 5 algorithms all agreeing to go short. I mean, that's as low risk as you could get. That's why we've lasted 25, been consistent for 25 years, because it's very low risk. And it's very, very accurate. But again, I promise there's going to be occasional losing trades. There's going to be losing trades every day. That I can guarantee you, because we average 10 to 12 trades for day trading. And it's going to be an occasional losing day. Promise you, it's going to happen. There's no perfect system. But at the end of the month, 6 months, year, decade, it's just you're just so far ahead that an occasional losing day is you don't even, it's not really felt. So you got your triple agreement short right there. We're going to go short. Got your 10 points in 2 minutes. Here's double green. Stop goes 2 points above the top of the double green, and we're stopped at right there. So we pick up 10 points on the first contract. We picked up about 15 on the second. I like to keep it conservative. That's a net of 25 points or $500. It's $20 per point on NQ. We're up quite a bit right now already. Market's not even open a half hour. She said, when do I get back in? Well, there's the sweet spot. It's a red dot, the next red bar with a red oscillator. If you're using NinjaTrader, it just has to be above the 0 line. It's a different oscillator. 2 minute sell signal, red X. 3 minute sell signal, red arrow. I mean, it's as clear as can be. It couldn't be any easier, really. We make it really easy. Everything is red. Dot, X, arrow, price bar, oscillator, it's all red. And we're going to go short. So we go short. Once the 1 minute bar closes, it's final. We'll never, ever change again. Same thing with the 2 minute and the 3 minute. Once that time frame is over, these signals will never change. So you can look at it right now. This is exactly what you saw live. You could scroll back yesterday, last week, 10 years ago. It will never, ever change. I mean, that'd be cheating. That'd be dishonest. I certainly wouldn't be here if that were the case. So right there, we're going to go short. And this was just unbelievable, really. We've got the 10 points in a minute. And if you're looking at it live, this is exactly what you see. I'm not even thinking about doing anything until you see double green. Oh, there's double green. I'm going to put a stop just slightly above the top of the higher of the 2 greens. Never hit it. And then we would be stopped out there. So 10 points on the first contract. And we picked up 130 points on the second. It's a net of 140 points or 2,800. It's not even 1 hour into the market. And we were already up, what, about 700 or 800 going into that. So well over 3,000 for just 2 contracts trading with AbleTrend signals today. And of course, today was a really nice trending day. She said, well, what do I do? And then, well, I'll get to that in a second. There's triple agreement again. It's a red dot. Next red bar, you've got triple agreement. You got a red oscillator. I mean, just another winner right here, and then another sweet spot trade right there after it hit the red dot. Another huge winning trade. There's double green. Stock goes a little bit above, and we'd be stopped out there. That's about another 70-point winner. I mean, I don't want to, I hate to exaggerate, so I just tell it like it is, good and bad. But we made enough money today to pay for a lifetime license in one day. It's 7,000, but you get, if you use the code ARROW, you get 20% off. We only do that to anybody in the room here, or anybody watching this YouTube. Anybody in ARROW.
What's the recording? Yeah.
Yes, a member of Tom's website here. You get 20% off. I mean, that's I mean, all the prices are on our website is 7,100 minus 20%. I mean, that's a pretty sweet deal. We only do that once a year on Christmas. Or you can just do a 1 year, which is normally like 3,500. You're going to get 15% off, which is still a really, I mean, quite a few $100s off, like over 500 off. The signals paid for that in 1 day today. I mean, so they always pay for themselves eventually, not usually in 1 day. Again, I tell it like it is. I mean, today was just, unbelievable volatility in the market today. And it basically was straight down all day. But again, what I tried to say earlier was the best feature on AbleTrend. I'm going to scroll back to yesterday, which was really, really choppy. This is overnight. So very little volume then. Not a big fan of trading overnight. But yesterday was another really good day. But this is an example of a no trade zone. Whether you see this on an intraday, 1 minute, 2 minute chart, or you can even do any time frames you like. Like you can use like a 30-minute, 90-minute, 130-minute daily, 90-minute, 270. We always go 3 times away from each other. If you like to, you can use any 2 time frames you like. I like that daily, weekly, like it showed you earlier, and keep it simple because I like to keep it simple and what works the best. And been using it, like I say, for 20 years every day. I like to get in on the pullbacks back to the blue dots on the daily, weekly chart. Great for swing or position trading. But if you're a day trader, and even on any chart, even if you're any 2 time frames you maybe want to experiment with, or the daily, weekly, like I suggest you using, whenever you see this on your chart, both red dots, meaning you got sell signal, because anything red means sell. In this case, it's a 1 minute sell and a 2 minute, 3 minute buy, because you have blue and red on the chart. So it's really easy to spot when you have blue and red on the chart. No trade. It means it's going to be sideways. It's going to be choppy. Well, if we got it such an advantage, because if we traded just like anybody else in the world during chop, you lose. We all lose in chop. But we have such an advantage knowing when it's going to be choppy or high risk or sideways before it happens. Gives us a major advantage. And look at these. Look how here the suffers said stay out, and each time it was very sideways and choppy. We saved money. Now, I picked up a huge winning trade here yesterday. I mean, it was great. It's about 11:30-ish Eastern time. And any one of these pullbacks to the blue dot, if you missed the beginning or you got in a little late, these are sweet spots. Pull back to the blue dot with a blue bar and a blue dot and a blue X and a blue arrow and a blue oscillator. You could get into those trades, and I mean, this is serious money right here. I mean, just keeping it very small. We have clients who tell me trade 30 and 40 and 50 contract. I mean, that's crazy to me. I can't believe that. But I don't ask. It's none of my business. Never tell anybody how much to trade. But if you kept it just simple at 2 contracts, I mean, you just killed it yesterday, and then today even more so. I mean, over 10,000 in 2 days for 2 contracts. It's unusual. I'm telling you like it is. You can't expect that. I like to do the opposite and keep expectations lower, under promise, over deliver. I mean, that's how I like to be treated. So I treat everybody else the exact same way that I want to be treated. So yeah, the last 2 days were, incredible, fantastic, all of that, but it's really not normal. I mean, it's just not doesn't normally go that way. But the market's volatile. When the more volatile, the more money we can make. If the market's sideways or choppy, nobody in the world can win. It's got to go up or down, except there's some option strategies that you can actually, make money when it does go sideways. And if you prefer that, then these no trade zones, when you have both support below and resistance above, meaning you have both buy and sell signals at the same time, well, that's telling you it's going to go sideways. So if you prefer to trade that way, AbleTrend can even help you in that manner. I mean, just crazy, crazy, crazy good stuff here. Here's a perfect example of a no trade zone that just went on just a few minutes ago. This is live, mini NASDAQ. No trade. You got red and blue on the chart. Stay away. Just means there's a high probability of choppiness. It's going to be very unpredictable. Now we're into lunchtime. Lunchtime on Wall Street, I always say between 12:30 and 1:30 Eastern. Markets tend to get very flat, sideways. Generally, not the best time to trade. Good time to take a break. With everybody pretty much out to lunch. But at the moment, this would be a triple agreement sell signal if you like to trade during lunchtime. But it generally tends to be kind of sideways and generally not the best time to trade. But that's how we use the software. I mean, I kind of threw everything at you here. I don't like to waste people's time and just get right to the point, tell it like it is, good and bad, be super honest and transparent. It's exactly how I want to be. Again, it's wintick.com. That's our website. I also do 2 live webinars that are recorded 1 hour after the market closes, which is 5 o'clock Eastern, 1 hour after the market closes every Tuesday and Thursday. I'll do it again later today. And they're all recorded on our website. They're free to watch. So if you want more info, you want to watch a couple more of these webinars, you can compare your trading results every Tuesday and Thursday to AbleTrends. Again, I go through all the signals, winners and losers. I start off the first 10 minutes of the webinar with the swing and position charts. And then, second 10 minutes or so, the second half of the webinar, I do the intraday because, everybody likes something different. So this way we have everybody covered that way. And as I showed you earlier, the daily, weekly, excellent for swing trading. These are the places you want to get in on the pullbacks back to our hidden support points or the start of a new uptrend. In this case, triple agreement buy signal, triple agreement sell signal. There's your bounces off of resistance. Those are all sell signals. You got the red arrow, you got the red dot. I mean, those are perfect places to go short. You can even get in on green bars on the daily, weekly charts. Perfectly fine. The blue to go to buy is just super, super low risk. But it doesn't matter. I mean, you can get in on the green. I mean, as I showed you, there's about 25 trades here. There were 5 losers in there. 20 out of 25 winning trades on SPX in the last 7 months. And it gets even better the further you go back. I mean, it's just as good. It doesn't favor any time frames. It doesn't favor any markets. You just have to do what it says. Keep it simple. Keep your emotions out of it. I know you're going to like what you see because everybody does. That's why it's been consistently profitable all these years. But I'll gladly do a one-on-one trading session with you. It's $79 for a 1-month trial. Normally it's $128. Just use the code AERO, AERO, and then you're going to get the special 15% off the 1 year, 20% off a lifetime license. We do that only once a year and Christmas on the holidays. But anybody who uses that code watching this webinar or in the room right now, you get that special deal from Tom's great website and helpful trading information that he gives. Love what I see here, and I'm always glad to help anytime too. My phone rings right on my desk every day. So it's not like, and I know when I call a company, you got to go through all the phone prompts. You're lucky if they even have a phone number. Everybody just does everything through email. Everybody's afraid to talk on the phone. Nobody wants to help anybody. Old school support here. We have tech support if you need any help. You probably won't, but if you do, that's fine. You could use our AbleTrend platform. If you have NinjaTrader, you can use the NinjaTrader add-on. Works really well with that also.
Yeah, I actually tried the
I'm always
NinjaTrader
glad to help.
add-on today. It's really nice.
Pretty cool stuff. I think you like what you see here, and I'm always
Um,
glad to help.
do you have any customers using range charts?
You can use rain charts, not with our software. You'd have to have like NinjaTrader, to use rain charts or TradeStation.
Right.
But no, you can't use rain charts inside of our software. We just use we like the open high low close because it's just been, obviously so consistent that we just, isn't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. But you don't have the ability to use rain charts inside of our platform, which is AbleTrend 8.
And then Bill asked about converting an annual to a lifetime.
Yes, you can.
We talk about that, the prorated stuff.
Yes, sir. You can prorate it. So what you can do is you can start off with, well, first start with the 1 month trial, obviously. Then after that, anytime before the trial ends, you get the 15% off. You can start with the 1 year, and the way the company does it here, and I've been here with the company now, every day for 20 years, is that they calculate $8 per day for days that you didn't use. So if you buy it for 1 year, let's say after 2 months, you say, yeah, this is really helpful. I like it. Obviously, I want to save money, in the long run. I'll buy a permanent license. Well, you'd have 300 days remaining because you bought 1 year, but you only use, let's say 65. You'd have 300 remaining. You get $8 a day for the remaining credit. You can apply that to a permanent license. So if you wait the 1 year, you wouldn't have any credit, be starting over again. But the sooner you did it, the more credit you have, you can apply that to a permanent license, which is kind of like the fair way to do it. And I'll gladly do a one-on-one trading session. I do like 15, 20-minute one-on-one trading sessions with anybody. We do screen sharing to whatever markets you like to trade. Just always want to make sure everybody gets their money's worth, just like I would want to get my money's worth if I was trying something.
Do you have any advice for people doing the futures prop trading where they have to worry about their drawdowns? I guess it's just position sizing, but
The nice
uh,
part of AbleTrend is, and the why I put this double green strategy in is we never get big drawdowns. You're not never going to pick a top or a bottom. I mean, that's true also, but that's impossible. Who can? But the nice part is when you have blue bars, you don't have to really worry too much about drawdowns. You're really super safe. So the only time we would get into a little bit of a drawdown is when you get double green. And I always say, it's good to put a little stop loss, when you get double green just below the lower of the two green bars. That's a great place to avoid any big drawdowns because nobody wants that. And that's another reason why the software, is really helpful. It really does a great job of avoiding the big drawdowns because when the bars are blue, you're safe. Everything is good. It doesn't, the only time you might have a chance of a little bit of a drawdown is when you get like two green in a row. That's like the software telling us, hey, the trend is getting a little bit weaker. So you might want to tighten up your stop.
and just anecdotal, Leslie Forton, the guy who runs the technical analysis trading group, he was a former floor trader and he got introduced to AbleTrend by a silver trader he knew on the floor who was making a killing trading silver with AbleTrend many years ago. And I think Ron said you know that guy.
I do. Yeah, I remember him. I have to think of his name. I don't off the top of my head because we've got, quite a few thousand clients, but I do remember him well. I spoke to him many times. And I could hear his voice too in front of me, in my ears, but a great guy. And he did extremely well. And then he told, Les about it, and Les has had it for many years now and done well. And then I guess Les told you, Tom, and here we are. So it's always great to get a recommendation from, somebody It's not some fake sales pitch or something like that. That's always the best way. So a family or friend that's already used it and had success with it. So that's a good thing. I like that.
Well, and also when Luke Van Hoff, Leslie, and I were talking, Luke has a PhD math guy that works for him that when he was in his early 20s finishing his PhD, he did a thesis on basically a trend following system for the market that ended up being fairly close to AbleTrend. So Luke's a big believer in this style of trading as well. And he just launched a fund in Europe that's already 8 figures. So he's, a former Morgan Stanley guy and there's some really strong testimonials about people using this software or similar software that how well it works. And, being in business for 30 years is a strong testimony too of how good it is. So really appreciate that. And I see on the chart using $ SPX, that's this AbleTrends, their software connects to Schwab. And
Yes, it
that's
does.
that's the symbol you need for SPX. But if you're doing like /ES or /NQ, that'll just pull up the Schwab data for
Yeah, and
features right away.
if you have an account with Schwab, our you can get real time free, which is that's a good thing because
It's a
data
good
is not
price.
cheap. You can get free real time data inside of AbleTrend by very simply putting in your Schwab username and password, and then any chart you open up, you'll get the live free real time data. Can't beat that. That's pretty cool. We had
Yeah.
TD Ameritrade for many years prior to that. Yeah, everybody had to like purchase e-signal, which is like a couple of hundred a month, but now once we had TD and now they switched it over to Schwab, took us quite a while, but we eventually got Schwab. We got their API, and now it's real simple. You get the free real-time data if you have an account with Schwab. No other broker. It's just Schwab. So even if you opened up a small account with them or something, you'd save
Yeah, just
hundreds
put
of dollars.
500 bucks in account and there's your data.
Exactly. Exactly. So this
All
is the
right.
chart going back from the beginning of November, on the SPX. I know it's popular with your group, so
Yeah, well,
pretty cool
really
stuff.
appreciate it. Yeah, I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
just looking at these longer time frames, you can get a nice bias. And as an option trader, that's oftentimes all you need. With non-directional option trades, as everybody knows, the it either goes up, down, stays the same. And if you're selling like a put or a call spread, especially in the money, as long as it does two of the three and just doesn't do the wrong one, you're going to make money. So, um, and Justin asked interactive brokers. No, I just think it's just Schwab.
Actually, IB does work. You know
Oh,
what?
IB does work too?
Actually,
Okay.
IB does work. It's not the best quality data, and IB works much better on the intraday than it does on the daily, weekly charts. I don't, don't ask me why, but because I don't know. But if you're an intraday trader and you have IB, it actually will work. But the Schwab data is really good. I mean, that's the one we like. And there's a couple of futures brokers like Gain Futures. If you have an account with them, if just a futures trader, you like to do day trading, it'll work perfect with AbleTrend. As I said, IB, the day trading end does work well. The end of day does work too. But sometimes every once in a while I hear there's an issue. But generally it does work. So I wouldn't, if you're doing more longer term anyhow, it's not it'll work fine. One other broker, it will. Oh, if you have an account with eSignal, IQ Feed, which are pay services, those work very well. And if you're a futures trader and you use the platform NinjaTrader or even TradeStation, that'll also work too. So that's just a heads up on the data sources. Because I always want to try and get everybody the free data. I mean, obviously, if it's free and it works and it's real time, well, yeah, yeah, that's the one I want. So that's the one I suggest for everybody else. I always try and be, really helpful to everybody and make sure that, they spend the least amount of money and get the biggest bang for your buck. And I'm just here to help and glad to be here. And I like what I do. And thank you, Tom, for the opportunity to do this webinar. My email is ronc@ablesys.com. And I answer the email right away because I'm literally at my desk all day long. Feel free to email me any questions, anything I can help you with. My direct number is 510-315-0419. I'm outside of New York, even though it's a California area code, because our main office is in California. So we use the same phone system. But ronc@ablesys.com. Our website is either ablesys.com or wintick.com to do a little more research on it. And feel free to call, email. I'll gladly help anytime. I like what I do and I'm glad to help. And thank you very much again, Tom,
All right.
for the opportunity. Thank you,
Really
sir.
appreciate it, Ron. Thanks for the demo and the discount. I really appreciate it, and hope to have you on back in the future.
Anytime. You just ask and I'll be here. Thanks.
All
Thanks,
right.
everyone. Have a good one.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, sir.